Hi, and welcome to today's lesson, three mistakes to avoid when making a vacation quote. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to put up our question of the day. Okay. If you needed to ask a contractor a question, are you more likely to call them or text them? Okay, let me know in the comments. And if you're catching this on the replay, right, you can put your answer in the comments. Okay. So tell me, if you needed to contact someone for a quote, like say a contractor, okay? I'll use an example from my house right now. We had somebody come yesterday to do a quote for power washing because here's a secret. I love power washing. The problem is our thing is not tall enough to get to the top of the house. So I need to pay somebody to do that. Now, are you more likely to call them or text them? Well, actually, I used Messenger because I have a friend who started a power washing business and I messaged him on Facebook. Okay. That's my go to. I don't like to call, but I see Alicia here in the comments just said she wants to call them. So keep this in mind when we're talking about issuing quotes that everyone is different in how they want to talk, like how they want to get a quote. And I see everybody in the comments today is call. You're the opposite of me. I'm a texter. I'm a texter. If I can avoid, and it's so funny because I come on here and I say, um, I say, I'm very always put your face out in your business. But as a consumer, I am a texter, messenger, email person as a consumer. Okay. I think because I spend so much time on the phone as an agent that I really just prefer to do my own business over texting. But this is so interesting. The comments are 100% call. This is amazing. I've never had a unanimous poll like this. This is wonderful. So add to the poll if you're going to call someone for a quote or a question, or are you going to call or text them? I am far more likely to use your services if I can text you. Even better if I can Venmo you to pay you. Okay, that's like our exterminator. So Beverly said she would prefer to text a messenger, but most people like that you can't. I have most recently, everyone has been texts as far as contractors go. Um, yes, they come through email. Yep, email, text, call. But now here's the other thing. Okay, well, I'm going to actually move on now. Awesome. Thank you so much. What a great conversation. But see, here's the thing. Think of this as a client. All of your sales when you're selling, you want to think like the client. See, for me, I much prefer that like quick text. Hey, can you come at 5:15? Sure. All right. Very quick, very easy. We don't have to do things. Now, we don't have to go back and forth on the phone. Now, other people like to go back and forth, like they like the phone. All right. Now, let's talk about your sales, okay? Because our goal in this business is to make sales, right? So, in order to have a lead, okay, a lead is a somebody who wants to book with you, so somebody who requests a quote. Marketing brings us those, okay? And sometimes marketing indirectly brings them. For example, if you get a referral or a repeat client, a lot of times you'll say, well, they were repeats. Well, why were they repeats? Were you in their world through their email? Were you in their world through social media? How are they interacting with you? How did they remember you? Okay. So marketing is not just for new people, it's to keep people in your world. Then once we get that lead, we have to qualify them for a quote. All right. So let's talk. Whoops, I don't know why I put a. Now, occasionally you get a lead, okay, that is some unicorn client who knows exactly what they want to book and they want you to book it and it's bada bing, bada boom. Let me tell you, last Friday, it was the Friday before Labor Day, okay, and I got a phone call from, and I thank goodness for caller ID because I don't pick up the phone if I don't know the number. And thank goodness now, like if it's a real person, the it usually comes up even if they're not in your contacts, like your phone contacts. So I noticed the name was a name of a former client. So I answered it. I was like, okay, this is not a telemarketer. I will answer it. And guess what? He said, we want to go to Disneyland, these dates, these dates. We want to stay at the Disneyland Hotel with the standard view, 5-day park hopper with the lightning lanes. What do you need for me to book? I mean, there was some back and forth, just talking in general, like chit chatting. But by the end of that 20 minutes, I had a booking. Now, we love those, right? We love when that happens because it just makes life so much easier. But the majority of our sales, we have to do a little bit more work for. So, and a lot of times when we are quoting, we want to rush to get them the quote. Okay. So, here are three things I want you to avoid when you're issuing a new quote. Okay. For better sales. You are worrying about finding the best deal. Okay. The word deal is totally subjective. Okay. That word deal, a deal to me could not be a deal to you. For example, we like to go to Major League Baseball games. All right. My son loves baseball. It's how we bond. And I find that I really like sitting in the behind home plate comfy seats and having the all you can, like, you just go back, you want a soda, you get a soda. You want an ice cream bar, you go get an ice cream bar. Like, I love that. Okay. To me, if I can find a seat like that for under $100, that's a deal. Now, to somebody else, that's not a deal. A deal would be getting, you know, second level, 200 level seats for like 25 bucks. Okay. The deal is subjective based on the client. Okay. So for me, if I have behind home plate and it's under $100 and we can go, I'm going because that's a deal in my book. Because here's how I look at it too. When you go to a ballpark or anywhere, you're spending at least $100 in food and beverage, if not more. So if I can get seats that include that, well, that's a deal to me. Now, if I were to tell my dad, who was very, very frugal with his money, except when it comes to Disney, he's like all about the lightning lanes, and he's like, I don't care what it costs, just do it. Um, which is interesting. But anyway, if I would were to present that to my father, he would not think that's a deal. Okay, so when you are quoting, don't go based off of deals. Go based off of what is right for your client, which means you have to qualify them. What is that experience they want? Okay. Are they wanting a deluxe experience? And there's a discount on the room, so you can present it in a way that shows them, well, here's the room you want. And guess what? It is currently on sale. Do you want to lock in this price? All right. But that same discount might not be as big. So, like for instance, with Disney, if you're at a deluxe resort, your discount might be 30% off the room. But if their experience is just they want a place to sleep, they can have you might put them in a moderate or value. The discount is less, but it's meeting their needs. Unlike my son, so we're actually going to Disney tomorrow just for the weekend for my niece's birthday. Now, my brother and his family are staying at the Riviera Resort, and my son I asked him, "Where do you want to stay?" And with a discount. So he is currently obsessed with Caribbean Beach Resort. I don't know why, but it's just we stayed there for one night last year, and like he just wants to stay there again. Fine. Of course, there's no discount on Caribbean Beach because of different things. It has the Skyliner, it has all that's, so no discount. To me, the better deal would be to pay like $200 more, but get my annual pass holder discount of 30 to 40% off at the Riviera. Okay, that would be my deal. However, my son and I was like, okay, fine, we will go with. I can't believe I never changed the room, but we'll we'll leave that there. Oh, Alexa will be there too. Awesome. Um, so anyway, the deal is based on the beholder. So don't go off of, oh, this is the cheapest price you can get. Find out what they want their experience to be. Because my dad wants to save money, but he also wants a decent experience. So they're not mutually exclusive. You can get a good discount, but you have to understand what you're getting, what your overall experience is. Okay, moving on. Related to the deal, not knowing what they want to expect for the trip. Okay. You have to find out from them if they are, let's stay with the Disney theme since I'm going to Mars. So I have Disney on the brain. And, excuse me, you have to ask them, are you going to want to, first of all, where on property do you want to stay? Are you going to want to stay where there's buses to everywhere and just get on and off the bus now? And also knowing their party dynamics. Do they have a stroller? So where are you going to recommend they stay if they have a stroller? Like, get all of these factors, explain their experience, explain how if they stay at the Contemporary, they can just walk right into Magic Kingdom, not have to pull that stroller on and off a bus, especially if they have little ones, they're going to Magic Kingdom multiple times. All right. Same thing with the Skyliner. And that brings in a lot of great ideas for the Pop Century, Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation, and of course Riviera and all the Epcot resorts. That's another option for their transportation where they don't have to fold up the stroller. So understand where they want to be as far as their experience. And that happens when you qualify them. It's all going back to that qualifying stage. Before we issue a quote, we always have to qualify our potential clients. All right. We always have to qualify them. Okay, because we need to set the scene for them. Now, like I said, there's my unicorn client who called me. They knew exactly what they want. We love them. We don't have to really qualify them because they know what they want. They're repeats. They know exactly what they want. But if this is someone who's never been to this destination before, you're going to need to hold their hand. And that's okay. That's what you're here for. Because out there in the big world, when they can book anything they want online, there's lots of choices. And they don't know what choice is for them. Do they want the All Star Sports, the cheapest room? Or do they actually want to stay at the Polynesian and be inspired by the Moana rooms? Like, what do they want their experience to be? Okay. That is important. And don't issue a quote until you know what they want their experience to be like. This is why, and this goes back again, that you have to be an expert in what you're selling people. Okay. You have to know your product inside and out. So when you are qualifying them, you can have that intelligent conversation about what they want and what they don't want. All right. And the last one, giving too many choices. All right. So we talked about we talked about deal searching. We talked about not knowing what they want. So the whole point of qualifying a client is you have an idea what you think will be best. Give them no more than three choices. Two is ideal. Okay. Because if you give them too many choices, they won't be able to decide. And what we are doing through our qualifying process is making it easier for them to decide on the end result. Okay, so you put your quote together, you put your proposal together, you send it to them, and you limit the number of choices because this allows you to take what you learned from them in qualifying, put it together, and say, here are the options. Like if you want to do one deluxe, one moderate, one value, but base it off of the experience that they want. If they don't want a value experience, don't give that to them. Now, if they say, is this the cheapest I can get it? Cheapest for this experience. Do you want to have outdoor hallways? Like that to me is a big difference between between a value and a deluxe resort at Disney is the deluxe resorts for the most part have interior hallways. However, most of the value resort rooms have exterior hallways and the moderate resorts. Okay, is that a big deal to you? For some people, it might be. And knowing these things is very important. And so that's why by the time you get that quote together, it should be two or three options. Okay, two or three situations because you've already done all the work with them. You don't want to have to qualify after you sent the quote. Okay. So when you receive a lead, the first thing you do is you ask them a whole bunch of qualifying questions to make sure that you are giving them a quote that they're ready to book. Okay. All right. So I want to tell you about a challenge that I'm doing later this month. Sign up information will go out soon. I wanted to have it done by now, but life sometimes just gets in the way. All right. So, but anyway, so it's going to be September. We're going to start at September 17th. Like I said, sign up information is going to come out soon. Look in your email. And if you've done this with me before, you know that to stop missing out on sales, I tend to do this every September because I like to start off September with just a good foot for this last part of the year. Get those burr months, September, October, November, December. Get some sales going to end the year with. So, what we work on is we're going to work on 5 posts and then also content ideas for next month. Now, and what I do, even if you've done this before, it's never always, it's never the same because marketing changes and trends change. So I update this with what's working now as far as messaging and and also, what kind of real ideas, what kind of TikTok ideas, those kinds of things I'm putting in because I want to point you towards what's working in marketing now. And then we're going to do um a step-by-step plan. So just how we talked about right now, all that qualifying, I'm going to give you a plan for what to do when you receive a new lead with a template. So what do if somebody says I want to go to Disney, what do you do from there? We're going to do a whole class on that. Okay. So that is and then we'll also have a Facebook group. All right. And I will also normally these kinds of challenges are 1 week and then the replays, everything turns off. Well, I am going to give you an extra week with the videos because that way if something happens, all right, or you're stuck in the carpool line or on the fam or something that might come up during the challenge, you get an extra week to see the videos before they go away. I also give you the step-by-step training workbooks, PDF that you have forever. And additionally, we do some mindset work, okay, which is kind of like your pep talk, your business pep talk. We will do a couple of those. So make sure that you are looking out. Oh, and I didn't put the cost. The cost is only $15. So it's a week-long challenge, $15, because I feel like you have to have some skin in the game in order to hold yourself accountable. So, and I like to make it like, doable. Okay, that's just like what, 2 Starbucks trips? So give up your Starbucks for a week and do some challenge, stop missing out on sales. Again, I don't have the sign up link yet. It's almost done, but I have not gotten to the done part because of life just keeps throwing things at me, but it will be done today. All right, everyone. So I hope to see you in the challenge, and I will definitely post it on this comments thread later once the link is ready for you. All right. Have a great weekend. And to me, it's like a third. This week is so weird because then I'm going away tomorrow, so it's just kind of like it's been a weird week. But anyway, have a good one. I will see you all next week for our last two sessions of our Fall into Sales series. And I hope to see you in the challenge. All right, bye bye.